From the beginning of the modern era, humans have been building robots. At first, these machines were programmed for only a few specific tasks, but over time, a new idea emerged. Robots that could think and understand like humans, and even become more intelligent than humans. This idea was called artificial intelligence. Eventually, a time came when this idea became a reality. In America, scientists studied the human brain and succeeded in creating AI robots. These robots could now not only think and understand, but also speak any language. Later, a new technology was developed that reduced the gap between humans and AI even more. With this technology, any person could get an AI version of themselves by getting scanned. That AI would not only copy their behavior, but also look and talk exactly like them. But then, one day, a nuclear explosion took place in Los Angeles, America. This terrible blast turned the entire city into ashes in the blink of an eye. Today, 10 years have passed since that incident. According to the American government, the attack wasn't carried out by any enemy country or terrorist group, but by the very robots that were made to protect humans, AI robots. By launching this attack, they had declared war against humanity. After that, America banned AI robots in all Western countries and started wiping out AI from the earth one by one, so that such a mistake would never happen again. However, unlike the West, the Republic of New Asia didn't see AI as a threat. The Republic of New Asia was a region where all Asian countries had now come together. They were not only creating new AIs but also giving them equal rights. But America had made one thing clear. As long as even a single AI remained on this earth, they wouldn't stop. No matter where an AI was hiding or what the situation was, for the good of mankind, they would find it and destroy it. To achieve this goal, the Western countries built a massive and highly advanced space station called Nomad. It was positioned in Earth's orbit. It had high-tech scanners that could detect AIs on Earth from space. Whenever any hidden AI group was found by Nomad, deadly missiles would launch from it and destroy the entire group. Nomad had been eliminating AIs this way for years, one by one. Now it was the year 2065. All the remaining AIs had gone underground in fear of death. During this time, one night, Nomad passed over Konang Island in New Asia. It spotted some AIs there and reported it to the US military. Shortly after, some armed soldiers emerged from the sea and landed on the island. In a house on that island, a man named Joshua was spending loving moments with his pregnant wife, Maya. At that moment, someone knocked on the door. There was a loud sound. Joshua went downstairs to check. He saw that some AI robots had captured an American soldier outside. These AI robots were Joshua's allies. One of them was named Haroon. He told Joshua, "The Americans have found our location. They could arrive any moment. We need to leave now." Hearing this, Joshua looked outside and saw Nomad patrolling in the sky and moving toward them. In a panicked voice, Joshua said, "They're coming! Hurry! Get out of here!" At his words, all the robots fled from the place. As soon as they left, Joshua approached the injured American soldier and said, "Drew, what were you doing here? You were going to reveal my secret." Actually, Joshua was an undercover agent working for America. He had been sent here on a mission. There was a mysterious figure known as the Creator, who was secretly building an army of AI robots to wage war against humans. But the Creator was very clever. He never showed his face to anyone. That's why the American military had sent Sergeant Joshua, so he could locate the Creator and kill him. Joshua saw only one way to join the AI group, and that was through the Creator's daughter, Maya. Joshua won Maya's trust, married her, and joined the AI team. Although even after living with Maya, he couldn't find any clue about the Creator. He had now truly fallen in love with her. The American soldier who had been badly beaten by the robots was Joshua's friend, Drew. Meanwhile, the military attacked the AIs outside, and a fierce exchange of gunfire broke out between the two sides. Seeing this, Joshua picked up Drew's radio and contacted the military. He said, "Undercover Sergeant Joshua speaking. Stop firing immediately. The Creator is not here." As soon as he said that, Joshua turned around and saw Maya standing behind him. She had heard everything. Realizing that Joshua was an undercover agent, Maya was shocked. She called him a traitor and pointed a gun at him. Joshua lowered his eyes for a moment and softly said, "Maya, trust me. They won't harm you. They only want the Creator. Come with me. I'll protect you." Maya wanted to kill Joshua, but she truly loved him, so she couldn't bring herself to pull the trigger. Finally, she ran away. There was danger outside, so Joshua ran after her to stop her. But by then, Maya had already boarded a boat and left for the sea with her AI companions. What Maya didn't know was that Nomad was hovering right above them. Unfortunately, Nomad's scanners detected Maya and the other AIs. Joshua's eyes widened in fear. The very next moment, Nomad fired a missile into the sea. A terrifying explosion followed, creating a storm of death not only in the sea, but also on the shore. 5 years had passed since that incident. Joshua had survived the attack, but he still regretted losing his wife Maya and their unborn child. He had left the military and was now involved in a campaign to find and destroy the remaining AIs at the site of the nuclear explosion in Los Angeles. In fact, Joshua's own family had been killed in that nuclear attack. He had also lost one of his hands and one of his legs in the same explosion, which is why he hated AI so much. However, seeing his skills, the military later gave him robotic hands and legs, for which he was thankful. But after Maya and his unborn child died, he began to hate the military as well. Still, Joshua's past wouldn't leave him alone. One day, 2 military officers knocked on his door again. They were General Andrews and Colonel Howell. The general told Joshua that they had discovered the location of the creator's secret lab. It was on the same island in New Asia where Joshua had been sent undercover. The general also told Joshua about the creator's new invention, a deadly weapon called Alpha O. With that weapon, the creator planned to destroy the nomads floating in space. Before the creator could complete his mission, the general wanted Joshua to guide their team to the lab so they could destroy both the creator and his weapon. But this time, Joshua refused to go on any mission. Then Howell showed him a video. What Joshua saw in that footage made him emotional. Maya was seen alive with some AI robots. Howell said, "This footage is from 2 days ago. Your wife is still alive. If you help us, we'll destroy all the AIs created by the creator and his Alpha O weapon. But I promise, nothing will happen to Maya. You can get your Maya back." Upon hearing this, Joshua immediately agreed to the mission. Howell, Joshua, and the rest of the team set off for New Asia once again. They landed in a village and began threatening the locals, asking them where the creator's lab was hidden. But the villagers were so loyal to the AI that they were ready to die rather than speak a word. Then Joshua noticed a small statue in the middle of the village. He turned the statue around and looked at it. At that moment, a secret door opened in the ground, revealing the hidden lab beneath the village. Without wasting a moment, Joshua entered the lab with the US Army. The scientists in the lab were working on developing AI technology. The US Army killed all those scientists one by one. But then, the local AI police arrived outside. In New Asia, it was the AI police who protected the people, and the Americans were considered their enemies. The rest of the army soldiers who were outside started fighting the AI police. They requested support from the team inside. At that point, the team captain ordered Joshua to find the creator's weapon and destroy it. The captain himself went outside with the rest of the team to deal with the AI police. Joshua reached a large chamber while searching for the weapon. This was the place where weapon Alpha O was kept. But when he went inside, Joshua didn't see any weapon there. Then he noticed someone sitting on a chair. When Joshua got closer with his gun pointed, he saw that it was an AI child who was watching cartoons on the TV. Joshua was stunned to see her. For a moment, he wondered if this little girl was the creator's weapon. But before he could figure anything out, a scientist came from behind with a gun and shot Joshua in the chest. Joshua fell down, but he was only injured because he was wearing a bulletproof jacket. The scientist opened a door upstairs and told the AI girl to hurry and run away from there to find the creator. Hearing this, the girl ran off. She went through the door and came out into the fields, where the Americans were chasing and killing the scientists. Sometime later, Joshua also came out through the same route. Although now he had nothing to do with the girl, he was looking for Maya among the scientists who were running to save their lives. On the other hand, the AI police were overpowering the American army. Then, in the next moment, the Nomad hovering nearby fired a missile at the lab. A massive explosion occurred. Although Joshua was far from the explosion site, the powerful shockwave threw him a great distance, and he became unconscious. After some time, when Joshua regained consciousness, he saw that it was morning, and he was lying in a boat near the edge of the water. The AI girl was standing in front of him. For a moment, Joshua pointed his gun at her in fear, but then he put the gun down and, showing his hatred toward AI, threw a stone and told the girl to run away from there. But the girl just stood there with an innocent face. In the end, Joshua walked away from her. Joshua now reached the fields and found the body of Army soldier Shipley there. Picking up Shipley's radio, he started trying to contact his team. Then suddenly, Shipley groaned in pain and woke up. He was not dead. At that moment, Joshua saw that the AI police were everywhere. The news had spread. Joshua, hiding from them, took Shipley to an empty house. Then he saw that the girl was already sitting there, watching TV. Joshua turned off the TV in irritation. But then something strange happened. The girl sat down, folded her hands, and focused, and the TV turned on again by itself. Joshua was stunned. At that moment, Colonel Howell's call came through on Shipley's radio. Howell was hiding behind a pillar nearby. Joshua received the call. Howell asked Joshua, "Did you destroy the creator's weapon?" Joshua replied, "There was no weapon there, only an AI girl." Howell said, "That girl is their weapon. Kill her." At that moment, Howell was arrested by the AI police. They put her in a car and started taking her away. In that same car, Howell's soldier McBride was also a prisoner. On the other hand, following Howell's orders, Joshua came with his gun pointed, ready to kill the AI girl. The girl was making a drawing at that time. Joshua noticed that the girl had drawn a symbol exactly like the one tattooed on Maya's back. Joshua asked her, "Where did you see this mark?" But the girl stayed silent. Then Joshua showed her a picture of Maya on his phone and asked, "Do you know her? Have you seen her anywhere?" When the girl saw the photo, she said something curiously in another language. Although Joshua didn't understand what she said, he was convinced that the girl definitely knew something about Maya. He changed his mind and decided not to kill the girl. But just then, an AI farmer from the village, who owned that house, arrived and pointed a gun at Joshua. Before he could shoot, Joshua shot him dead. Hearing the sound of the gunfire, the AI police who were nearby and investigating got a clue about their location. They started coming towards the house with their entire army. Joshua quickly took the car keys from the AI farmer's pocket and escaped with his partner Shipley and the girl. Meanwhile, on the other side, an AI police car was heading towards the city carrying Howell and McBride. Suddenly, both of them attacked the police officers, took control of the car, and started searching for Joshua. On the other hand, Joshua's car broke down on the way, but now, they were free from the pursuit of the AI police. With some relief, Joshua asked the girl to take him to his wife Maya, but the girl didn't say anything. Then suddenly, Shipley, who was badly injured and fighting for his life, pointed a gun at Joshua and said, "Forget your wife and take me to the army camp, or I'll shoot you." Joshua tried to explain to Shipley, "The US Army camp is miles away from here. It's impossible to reach there." But at that very moment, Shipley died. Leaving Shipley behind, Joshua took a lift in a car with the AI girl and headed toward the city. The girl didn't have a name, so Joshua named her Alfie. He also made Alfie wear a hat so she would look human. After some time, Howell reached Shipley's car by tracing his location. Shipley was lying dead in the car. On Howell's orders, McBride pulled him out. They also found the deactivated AI police lying next to Shipley's body. Then Howell placed a device near Shipley's head. It was actually a memory transfer device that could copy a dead person's memory and transfer it to an AI, but only if the person hadn't been dead for too long. This way, the dead person could be brought back for a short time inside the AI. Howell attached the device to Shipley's head. However, Shipley had been dead for a while, so Howell was only able to extract a small amount of memory from his brain. Howell copied that memory into a flash drive and connected it to the head of the deactivated AI police officer. As a result, Shipley came alive inside that AI for a brief moment. Time was short, so Howell asked him directly, "Where is Joshua? Did he kill the AI girl?" Shipley replied, "No, that girl is alive. Joshua has gone with her to find his wife." After saying this, Shipley once again went back to eternal sleep. Now, in Howell's eyes, Joshua was a traitor. Taking McBride along, he began searching for Joshua. His goal was clear: kill both Joshua and Alfie at any cost. On the other hand, Joshua had reached the city with Alfie, but now they were being searched for everywhere. The AI wanted Alfie back from Joshua. The police were looking for them in every corner. Living out in the open had become extremely dangerous. But there was a reason behind Joshua coming to the city: to meet his old friend Drew, the same Drew he had saved from death during his undercover mission. Joshua was sure that Drew would give them shelter and help them find Maya. Joshua took Alfie to the factory where Drew now worked, making AIs. Drew was shocked to see Joshua after so many years. Hugging him like an old friend, he said, "It's been years, my friend. What trouble are you in now?" As soon as Drew saw Alfie, he froze. This was the first time he had ever seen an AI child. Drew brought them to his house, where he lived with his AI girlfriend. He asked Joshua, "What are you doing with this AI child?" Joshua replied, "She's not just a child. Her name is Alfie. She has an amazing power. She can control machines with her mind." Joshua continued, "I think she knows where the creator is. And maybe Maya is there too. Alfie is my last hope of finding Maya." Drew began examining Alfie. In just a short while, he was stunned. He quickly pulled Joshua aside and whispered, "Brother, this child is nothing less than a miracle. She's not an ordinary AI. I've never seen anything like her before." He continued, "Alfie can control not just nearby machines, but any machine from any distance. Her ability is limitless. And the most shocking part, this child will grow like a real human. As she grows older, her powers will keep increasing. One day, she'll be able to control machines even from very far away." Hearing this, Joshua went quiet. Alfie was no longer just an innocent AI. She had become the greatest hope for the future. Drew sent Alfie to another room with his girlfriend Kami. Kami ordered ice cream for Alfie and started asking her about Joshua. But during the conversation, Alfie suddenly felt something. She said, "My friends are coming to pick me up." Kami went silent for a moment. Just then, the doorbell rang. Kami was startled. She scanned the door and saw an ice cream delivery boy standing there. Feeling relieved, she brought in the ice cream packet. But when she opened it, she saw there was a bomb inside. Before Kami could react, the bomb exploded, scattering all its parts. At that very moment, a unit of AI police entered the house and surrounded Alfie. One of the AI officers came up to her and said, "You're safe now from that American. Come with me, I'll protect you." But Alfie quietly turned her face away. She didn't need anyone else's protection now, because the peace she felt with Joshua was something she couldn't find anywhere else. But the AI police weren't giving up. One of them activated a stun gun. Their intention was clear. They wanted to knock Alfie unconscious. But Alfie didn't move. There was no scream, no fear. At that very moment, Joshua stormed in like a hurricane. In seconds, he riddled the entire AI unit with bullets and turned them into a pile of scrap. But another police unit was already rushing toward them. Without wasting a moment, Joshua picked up Alfie and ran. But then his eyes fell on Drew, who was sitting next to Kami's lifeless body and crying. Even though Kami was a machine, she had become Drew's whole life. Joshua paused for a moment. Regret was clearly visible in his eyes. Within moments, another AI police unit entered the house. But all they found was Kami's destroyed body. Joshua, Alfie, and Drew were already gone. Suddenly, two AI officers opened fire on their own team and destroyed the entire unit in a blink. In reality, those two weren't AIs. They were Colonel Howell and her loyal ally McBride in disguise. Although Howell was also frustrated by losing Joshua and Alfie, she had found something that could lead her to them. Kami's brain, in which all her memories were still stored. Meanwhile, Joshua was heading toward an unknown destination with Drew and Alfie. But not without purpose. He had a clue that could lead him to Maya. In fact, the ring Joshua had given Maya at their wedding was made by Drew, and Drew had recently told him that the ring had a hidden tracker inside. Now Joshua was tracing the location of that ring. He was sure it would lead him back to Maya, but the tracker brought them to Joshua's old house, the same place where Maya had learned the truth about him and left forever. Now, only silence remained there. Nomad's blast had destroyed everything. On the ground lay Maya's wedding ring, still waiting for Joshua. He was heartbroken. His last ray of hope had now vanished. Meanwhile, Alfie felt something once again. She looked at Drew and said, "My friends are coming to pick me up." As soon as she said this, she ran to Joshua. There was worry in her eyes, as if she had accepted Joshua as her father. Just then, Drew saw AI drones in the sky. He started running towards the house to alert Joshua. At that moment, the drones began firing indiscriminately from the sky. One bullet directly hit Drew. He fell to the ground. Joshua ran and held him. Drew was gasping for breath. But before dying, he whispered a truth in Joshua's ear that would change everything. He said, "Joshua, the night the attack happened here, we understood something. The creator is not Maya's father. Maya is the creator." Hearing the truth, Joshua was shocked, and with that, Drew's breath stopped. There was no time to mourn, because the AI forces were approaching fast. Joshua picked up Alfie and ran, but he couldn't get very far. Ahead of him, the entire AI army had surrounded them. But this wasn't the police. These were the same rebel AIs Joshua had once worked with during his undercover mission. Their leader, Harun, came out of the crowd. He picked up Alfie in his arms and looked straight at Joshua. Before Joshua could say anything, an AI hit him hard and knocked him unconscious. The rebels picked him up and took him to their ship. He was locked in a cell below. After some time, Joshua regained consciousness. When he opened his eyes, Harun was standing in front of him. Harun asked in a cold but sharp voice, "What do you want from that girl?" Joshua replied in a tired tone, "She was just taking me to my Maya." Hearing this, Harun gave a slight smile and said, "Maya became our next creator after her father's death. She created that girl. That girl has incredible powers. You've been sent to kill her so that we become weak." "But Joshua, let me tell you," Harun continued, "that girl is not a weapon. She has the power to disable any weapon. With her help, we don't want to destroy humans. We want to save ourselves." Then Harun revealed a truth that Joshua already knew deep down, but had never accepted. Harun said, "You know this too, Joshua. The nuclear attack on Los Angeles 15 years ago, which triggered the war between humans and AI, was not done by any AI. It happened due to a glitch in your own code. The nuclear bomb in space fell to Earth because of a human error, but we were blamed. We never attacked humans." But now, Joshua wasn't affected by Harun's words. Only one thing mattered to him: Maya. However, in Harun's eyes, Joshua was still a threat. He was ready to eliminate him. Just as he began loading his gun, his comrades called him urgently. Harun immediately ran upstairs. His face turned pale after seeing the scene of destruction outside. Nomad had completely destroyed another one of their villages with a missile strike. A deep despair was visible in Harun's eyes. While everyone's attention was on the destruction, Alfie quietly reached Joshua's cell, hiding from everyone. She had only one question in her mind. She asked innocently, "Do you want to kill my mother?" Alfie was calling Maya her mother. Joshua looked at her with hope and said, "No, Alfie. Why would I kill Maya? I love her. Please take me to her." When Harun didn't see Alfie around, he suspected something was wrong. He quickly ran toward the cell, but Joshua had already disappeared. Harun thought Joshua had escaped on his own. He left to head toward his hideout, but Joshua was actually hanging under their ship. Alfie had freed him from the cell. Joshua knew Harun would surely go to Maya, so he was following them secretly. After a few hours, the AI convoy reached their main base, a village where hundreds of AIs lived peacefully. But now, there was only silence. Fear was visible on every face, because Nomad was moving in that direction. Then a scared AI said to Harun, "Why don't you use Alfie's power? She can destroy Nomad." Harun took a deep breath and replied in a low voice, "Not now. That girl is still very young. Her powers haven't developed enough to control and destroy Nomad from Earth. But if we could somehow take her up to Nomad, then she could destroy it." Joshua was secretly listening to everything. As soon as it turned night, he entered the AI camp. All the AIs were charging themselves and were in sleep mode. Joshua saw Alfie sleeping in Harun's lap. Harun was also asleep at that moment. Joshua carefully pressed a button on Harun's head and put him into standby mode. Then, without wasting a second, he took Alfie and set out to find Maya. An AI guarding the area saw that an army of Americans had reached very close to their hideout. He immediately rang the alarm and alerted all the AIs. One of the AIs also woke up Harun. After learning about the current situation, Harun asked some of his companions to find Alfie, and he himself went to the rest of the soldiers. His army was preparing to fight the Americans, but suddenly they were attacked with smoke shells. The entire area was filled with smoke. It was difficult to see anything clearly. Before the AIs could understand what was happening, two massive machines of the US Army came out of the dense forest and began attacking. Those machines were not just killing the AIs, but were also destroying their homes. Seeing this destruction, Alfie, who was preparing to escape with Joshua, was heartbroken. She ran back to help her companions. The machines were constantly firing rockets and bullets. Among those machines was none other than Howl, along with her army. But the AIs didn't stay quiet either. The AI army retaliated and disabled one of the machines with a powerful bomb blast. But Howl had come fully prepared. As soon as one machine stopped, she deployed her next weapon: explosive robots. These robots came running into the crowd and exploded right there. Not even Harun and his team's bullets could stop them. Harun started feeling like everything was about to end. Just as the robots were about to explode and destroy everything, Alfie stepped in front of one of them. She used her power to control it and stopped it on the spot. Seeing this, Howl was furious. She ordered McBride to kill Alfie. McBride took a gun and started moving toward Alfie. Due to the thick smoke, neither Alfie nor Haroon nor the other AIs could see him. Although Joshua was approaching Alfie through the water, McBride suddenly appeared before anyone could react, and without hesitation, he shot Alfie. Joshua's blood boiled with rage. He killed McBride on the spot. Seeing this, Haroon was convinced Joshua was truly with them. Joshua picked up Alfie in his arms. He was trying to revive her like a father, but Alfie wasn't moving at all. Then Haroon said, "Hurry, we need to take her to the Creator." Although another giant machine from the US Army was still attacking the AIs, saving Alfie was now their top priority. Amid the ongoing war, Haroon and Joshua boarded a ship with Alfie and flew toward their destination. As soon as they left, Howl killed all the AIs and captured one of Haroon's injured companions. That AI had lost its eyes and could not see anything. Taking advantage of this, Howl pretended to be Alfie's protector and asked where Haroon and Joshua had taken her. Since he couldn't see, the injured AI mistook Howl for one of his allies and told her, "Heron has gone with Joshua and Alfie to the Heaven Temple to reach the Creator." Hearing this, Howl killed that AI without hesitation and began chasing after Joshua. On the other hand, Haroon had now accepted Joshua as his partner. Joshua was holding Alfie in his arms like a daughter, as if he couldn't bear to be separated from her. Seeing this love, Haroon revealed a truth to Joshua. He said, "Alfie's love for you isn't without reason. Maya created her from an artificial embryo that she made by scanning her own womb. That means Alfie is a copy of Maya and your future child." Joshua's eyes filled with tears. Haroon continued, "Maya had designed Alfie to hate humans, but at the same time, she filled her with the same love for you that she herself had. Alfie was Maya's most secret creation, made quietly just 2 weeks before the attack, when Nomad destroyed everything." Hearing all this, Joshua finally understood why he loved Alfie so deeply. He felt so connected to her that he now also understood that Maya's aim was not to kill humans, but to stop this war. With these feelings, they reached Heaven Temple. It was a village of AI monks. Joshua handed over Alfie to an AI monk who took her inside for treatment. After some time, Joshua went inside the temple in search of Maya, but he saw something inside that made him falter. Maya was lying there on a life support device. Joshua asked a monk present there what had happened to Maya. The monk told him that Maya had been in a coma since the attack that happened 5 years ago. She had also lost her unborn child in the attack. Haroon had brought her here. The priest further said that initially they thought they could save the Creator, but all their efforts failed. They tried every method, but now it was impossible to save the Creator. Now it would be better for her if she were freed from life. Joshua's eyes had become moist. He asked, "Why did you not relieve her from this pain till now?" The monk replied, "She is our Creator. How can we kill her?" Hearing this, Joshua came crying near Maya. He saw that Alfie was hugging Maya. Alfie was fine now. Joshua took Alfie in his lap, and with a heavy heart, turned off Maya's life support. But then, Howl attacked that village with the US Army. His army started killing the AI monks mercilessly. Sensing the danger, Joshua tried to run away from there with Alfie, but Howl came and threatened him. Joshua was now in Howl's gun target. She told Joshua to leave Alfie and the Creator there, and that he could go. But Joshua said disappointedly that the Creator was no more. Meanwhile, Haroon reached there and pointed a gun at Howl, but Howl's companions surrounded Haroon from behind. As soon as Howl turned back, Haroon shot her fearlessly, and himself became a victim of the soldiers' bullets. Howl thought that Haroon had missed his target, but he had shot a time bomb on Howl's back, which was going to explode in a few seconds. Howl started to writhe in fear of death, but before the bomb exploded, Alfie controlled it with her power. But Howl's companions started to attack Alfie, thinking Alfie to be a threat. Seeing this, Joshua grabbed Alfie and pushed her away. As soon as Alfie's attention was diverted, she lost control of the bomb, and at that moment, there was a huge explosion which blew Howl and her companions to pieces. Then Haroon stood up and said, "Run, Joshua! Destroy Nomad!" Joshua immediately started running from there with Alfie, but unfortunately the American soldiers caught them and took them captive. As soon as they left, Nomad fired a missile at that village and destroyed the entire village. After some time, Joshua and Alfie were brought to America by the soldiers, but they were unable to destroy Alfie because Alfie could destroy all their machines with her power. Then General Andrews gave a gun to Joshua and said, "Only you can kill Alfie. Switch her off. Otherwise, we will give her a painful death. Joshua had no other option. He went to Alfie and switched her off forever. After this, Andrews sent Alfie's body to be destroyed. Understanding Alfie's attachment to Joshua, he sent Joshua in the same car with Alfie's body. But Andrews did not even realize that this was a trick by Joshua. Alfie was not dead. Rather, Joshua had cleverly put her in standby mode, due to which she was just sleeping. Joshua woke Alfie back up, after which Alfie took control of the car, turned it around, and Joshua ran away with her. He reached the airport directly. Actually, humans had settled on the moon as well. There was also a special flight to go to the moon. Joshua boarded the flight going to the moon. Their flight had just taken off when Andrews got the news. He ordered the flight to land back in America, but now it was impossible for anyone to stop Joshua and Alfie. Alfie took control of the entire plane, and they flew straight and landed on Nomad. First, they sent the rest of the passengers safely to Earth through another flight. And then, after destroying the army present on Nomad, Alfie finally destroyed Nomad with her powers. Although Joshua was killed in this war, he sent Alfie safely to Earth with the help of an escape pod. Now, the AIs on Earth were safe. Later, the whole world accepted that the attack on Los Angeles had been a mistake by humans. People protested and forced the US military to stop the war. Peace was established in the world once again. And with this, the film ended here. Friends, if you liked this video and got lost in the story while watching, then please subscribe to support us so we can keep bringing you more videos like this. Thanks for watching.
Yeah.